in her shop. Simon, next time comb your hair off camera. I'm watching you live from the UK in the Midlands. I love that you're watching me from the Midlands. I have an anecdote for you. Guys, tell me in the comments, do you know why in England there's a place called the Midlands? Do you know why they call it that? It's very interesting. You're not going to believe this. Tell me why in England the English call that part of the country the Midlands. Do you know why? Can I tell you why? Are you ready for this? You better be sitting down for this, because this is going to knock you off your feet. The reason they call that part of the country the Midlands in the UK is, wait for it, it's in the middle of the country. Huh? Am I killing you? Tell me I just taught you something you didn't know. Tell me in the comments. Go ahead. Just type it. Just say, Simon, I didn't know that. Well, guess what? Now you do. Yeah, but it's the truth. It's the reason they call that part of the country the Midlands, because it's in the middle of the country. I can't think of a more apropos name. I can't. Alrighty. Watching you live from within Lusaka, thank you. You've made it. Somebody says loud and clear. I'm pretty sure you mean loud and clear. It's an L sound. It's not loud and clear. That's wrong. Say it right. Alrighty. Let's talk about it. Guys, first of all, let me go back a bit. Many of you know that about 8 or 9 days ago, a bunch of hoodlums that call themselves UPND CADRES. Now, let's be clear. One of the questions I constantly, or one of the comments I constantly read on my feed is, how do you know they're UPND CADRES? Well, they identify themselves as such. They say they are. That's how I know. They walk around here, they prance around here, consistently using that tag, they're from the UPND. They say that. So the answer to the question, how do you know they're UPND CADRES? The answer is they identify themselves as such. Secondly, I hear this a lot. You know, people in the comment section say, but Mwewa, you said that there are no cadres in the UPND. I have never said that. Not one single solitary time have I ever said, have I ever insinuated that there were no cadres. What I have said, however, is that we don't have cadreism in the manner in which we had it during the PF. I'll give you an example. During the PF, here in City Market, if you just merely did something as wear a red garment, there's a very famous story of a marketeer that had a see-through skirt, and she had, now this was in 2020, it might have been late 2020 or early 2021. True story. The marketeer herself told me this story. I recorded it, you know, and I posted it. She said she happened to be walking through the market and they could see a hint, just a hint of red as her underwear underneath her skirt. These sick PF cadres, these deranged, perverted, deranged, demented PF cadres decided to take that opportunity to undress her because they said she was wearing red underwear, which is the official color of the UPND. Now, you have to remember, this was before the elections of 2021. The PF were still in power. The PF thought and felt that their rule and reign would never end. The sun would never set on the mighty PF empire. They thought that they would rule and reign for 1,000 generations. This was in their minds. So they thought that anyone that was wearing anything red was trying to infiltrate the market. In my language, we say, "Oretura mano." Vale never PF, Amakadas, Vale wanted. Now, Wafwala red, it means you are coming inside City Market in a clandestine manner to infiltrate and to influence the minds of our marketeers to join the UPND, because the UPND's official color was red. So anyone who was wearing red was perceived as the enemy. You were a spy. That's how they viewed it. I mean, the PF cadres, that's how they thought of things. So anyone that wore red was victimized, was harassed, was harangued, was in many cases beaten. So the PF cadres pulled off the panties, the underwear of this woman because she wore red underwear. So when I say, and I've consistently said this, I've never deviated from this statement. It's just that on social media, there are many Zambians who are so dull. They're dumber than a box of hammers. They just go with the wrong narrative. No, I have never said that. What I've said, and I've said it consistently, is that we don't have cadres in the way we had them in the PF. That's what I've always said. I dare you, I challenge you, find any article, find any clip, find anything that I've ever said about this subject where I said there are no more cadres. Post it here. I'll pay you $5,000. Right here, right now. You know why I'm saying this? Because I've never said that. I have consistently said cadreism does not exist in the way it existed in the PF. What is my point? Now that the UPND are in power, you go into the market. If you want to wear red, if you want to wear green, if you want to wear blue, nobody will bother you. That's what I mean. Nobody will talk to you. Cadreism still exists, but not in the form it existed during the PF. During the PF, it was brutal. Zero tolerance to the color red. If you wore red, whether you were Manchester United, they would beat you within an inch of your life. Today, if you wear green, if you wear a t-shirt where Walungu is there, emblazoned on your t-shirt, nobody is going to bother you. That is my experience. That is my observation. Why? Because I work in this area, I work in this territory, I know what I see. So I'm sharing with you what I see. So let me qualify that by saying that, just so that you guys are clear. So the other day, a bunch of UPND cadres, they came and they were bothering some of our Simoson business owners. The contention was that the shop owners were complaining that these guys were drunk and they were blocking the entrance to their shop. And when they complained and said, "Why are you blocking our shop?" it was from that encounter that the conflict arose. The UPND cadres started saying, "No, Imwe, you are even foreigners. You are not even from Zambia. Huh? And on top of that, you have pinky Reggie cards." So the tenants retaliated and said, "Look, we don't care about that. You can't come to our shop and start to dictate terms in our shop. We have a landlord that we pay money to. We don't pay money to you." It was at that point that the UPND cadres turned around and said, "Okay, we're going to show you who's boss. We're going to kick you out of your shop and we're going to lock your shops." And that's what they did. They locked the shops unlawfully. UPND cadres have no stake in Simoson building whatsoever. It reminds me of the time during the PF, because you know cadres have always done this. When it comes to Simoson building, somehow cadres have it in their mind. They have this sick idea that they have a stake in this building. They don't. They have zero stake. I remember during the PF, Muke and his group, when PF was in power, they came to see me right here in this office. And they said, "Mwewa, we've decided that every day, each shop from Simoson has to pay 10 kwacha per day so that we can protect you as the landlords here. If something happens, we'll just tap into that resource and we'll come running. When you call us, we'll just come running. As long as every day you are paying us 10 kwacha from each shop. Now remember, there are 210 shops at Simoson. Okay? So each shop, 10 kwacha every day. I looked at Muke, I said, Muke, the devil is a liar. Let's start there. Second of all, even if you ask for 20 ngwe, I can't give you any money. You don't have a foothold in this business. This business does not belong to you and your cohorts and your PF vagabonds. There is not 1 inch of this territory that belongs to you. Get it out of your minds that you can even have the audacity, the gall, the unmitigated gall to ask me to part with 10 kwacha per shop to give you lot. I said, the devil is a liar. You can jump through this. Stick that in your pipe, Muke, and smoke it. Oh my goodness. All hell broke loose. You are chichtambara, you are. Same language. I've been dealing with that language for years. So the MO is always the same. Threats, ultimatums, deadlines. If you don't, they do this on a territory that doesn't belong to them. I said, Muke, do whatever the hell you want. I'm not giving you $10 a shop. Are you nuts? What do you think I'm crazy? No, why are you going to do it? I said, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. So they left. So now, and that never happened. We never parted away with that. So when the UPND came, it's the same people. They just take off PF shirts, they put on UPND shirts. Let me say that again, because that's very important. You need to get that point. How do you know they're the same people? I've been here for 38 years. I know every single one of them. I know every single one of them. They can never lie to me. I see right through them. Because I've been here for so long. So, when these UPND cadres came, and really UPND cadres are simply former PF cadres. When they came here, they did that. We reported them to the police. To this day, nothing has happened to those guys. Now, let's be clear. These are not random cadres. These are not cadres that just come from the street and threaten you. No. These are cadres that Zambezi and Clifford, the ringleaders of the cadres from City Market. These are guys that operate from within City Market. Their job, ask me in the comments. I'll tell you. Ask me in the comments. What is the purpose of, what job do these cadres do in City Market? I'll tell you. I'll tell you because I know. Just type it in the comments. Say, what do the UPND cadres do in City Market? What job do they do? Ask me. Thank you, Natalie. Is it Natalie? Not Natalie. Chira, thank you. Just type that and I'll tell you. I can't wait to share this with you. Go ahead. Ask me. Say, what job